Hello, you guys. Danjo here. So, this next story is going to be another true story. Something that actually happened to me. I enlisted in the Air Force in 2017 and got stationed to Florida, Valparaiso, in 2018. I was struggling with depression and homesickness, so I decided to download the app Grinder. For those of you who don't know what Grindr is, it's a dating app for gay men, but it's very notorious for people using it to hook up, have sex, like one night stands. I downloaded it anyway, even though I hated it. And a handsome blonde man messaged me asking if I want to hang out. I knew this was legit because he had a couple photos of himself. So I said yes, and keep in mind, I was already intoxicated at this point. He came and picked me up, and then we drove all the way to Destin, Florida, where we went into a gated community, and I entered a very fancy house. But I was surprised to find 4 or 5 people in there. I thought it was just going to be me and him, but I just shrugged my shoulders and thought, what does it matter? Everybody was drinking, and I made the big mistake of drinking with them. I was already intoxicated. We all sat on a couch. It was one of those couches that there's like one side and the other side, and we were watching a movie. I don't remember what that movie was, but what I do remember was that one of them said, put the spick in the middle. You see, I was the only Latino person there. Everybody else was white. And I'm sure they were from the military too, because they looked military. But all I remember is the person who invited me kind of picked me up and placed me right in the middle of everybody. And due to this point, I blacked out. I was so intoxicated and so drunk that I basically was asleep. Now, let me give you a warning. These next few details are going to be pretty disturbing. And this actually happened to me. I was phasing in and out to cuts being made on my wrist. One of those 4 or 5 men were cutting my wrist. One of them was punching me in the face, and then another was sodomizing me with some object. To this day, I have no idea what that object was, but it felt like something metal. And I pretended to play dead. No, I played dead because I was afraid for my life. I felt like I was actually going to die. So I pretended to be asleep. And I actually did fall asleep because of how intoxicated I was. But then I woke up once I sobered up a little bit, and I saw that the whole living room was empty because this took place in the living room. I got up and ran to the front door, but then one of them blocked the front door. At this point, I was crying, and I told him, I'm like, please, please, just let me go, please. And he rolled his eyes and said, okay, fine, go. So I tried to find my way through the gate, and I found it. There was the gate for the cars and the gate for pedestrians. I ran out of there, ran across the street towards the beach, and called an Uber. And then I was picked up, and I went home with a bleeding wrist, a bruised face and a bruised, you know what, you know. To this day, I don't remember who those people were, where it was, or anything. I always regret not telling the police, not calling the police, not reporting the police. And now here's a little message that I want to send to people. It's very rare for male adults to be sexually assaulted because we all know that children and women are way more vulnerable. But I just want to say, no matter who you are, always carry something with you. It doesn't have to be a pocket knife, but maybe some mace or something like that, because you never know when something like this can happen to you. And it's very sad that we can't just, go out, have fun without getting, without having our lives in danger. So, yes, if you're a man, a woman, a child, no matter what you are, carry something with you if you ever come to danger. It doesn't matter who you are, just have something with you. Because this has happened a million times. And this was just one rare occasion where an adult male was basically raped.